Hi guys, so today I'm gonna try to explain the 4 cardinal rules of firearm safety. Number 1. Always treat your every firearm as if it were loaded. Number 2. Always point your firearm in a safe direction unless defending yourself or others. Number 3. Always keep your finger off the trigger and up on the frame until you are ready to fire. Number 4. Always be sure of your target and what is beyond it. I'm gonna try to explain it one by one from my own understanding about the 4 cardinal rules of firearm safety. So sit back and keep watching. 1. Always treat every firearm as if it were loaded. This rule has been said many ways. All firearms are always loaded. Always assume your firearms is loaded. But the reality is sometimes we will be handling an unloaded firearm and we know it is unloaded. Sometimes we will be standing at the firing range and we will ensure it is only loaded while on the firing line. Furthermore, some of us either by choice or vocation will go out into the world armed, depending on our firearms to be loaded. This is a great reason why performing a status check before doing so on your firearm each and every time you pick it up should become ingrained in your routine, whether stepping up to the firing line at your local range or strapping on your concealed firearm. This is of paramount importance if the gun you are holding checking is your defensive firearm, as your life may in fact rely on its function. Number 2. Always point your firearm in a safe direction unless defending yourself or others. This one is pretty simple. You should take care that the muzzle of your firearm does not cover any living person or animal at which you would not want to send chunks of lead, copper, steel, or depleted uranium barreling in at high velocity, with the ultimate possibility of ending central nervous and or cardiovascular activity in a previous mentioned life form. You should regard that in a defensive situation, pointing the firearm at the evildoer who means harm to you and your loved ones may in fact be the safest direction, as either the assailant will decide you are too dangerous to accost, or they will force you to shoot them until you stop the threat. Either way, the safe direction is in fact pointed at the bad guy, because you will never know when you will gonna use it against them. Number 3. Always keep your finger off the trigger and up on a frame until you are ready to fire. This particular rule comes down to the cognitive decision-making process. Before a modern firearm will function, the trigger must be activated by depressing it to the rear, releasing a hammer or striker, bearing any negligence of the user, and having extraneous objects that should not end up in the trigger guard. This is done by taking the index finger, placing it on the flat of the trigger, and applying pressure. This is a process which, if proper firearm manipulation is practiced, must be actively thought of, decided upon, and enacted by the user. Always be sure of your target and what is beyond it. Let me also add, be sure of what is to the right and left of your target. This rule is the absolute application of situational awareness while manipulating your firearm. You must not only be paying attention to your backstop, you must be paying attention to the entire surrounding area. If you are so narrowly focused on a target alone, outside of a bullseye's competition, you are missing critical information of the world around you.